Greetings all. This is going to be an introduction to a series on blues and boogie for the piano. And for the beginning portion of this, I'm going to use a song called Broken Record Boogie, written by David Crayenbuhl. He's an American, was an American composer and instructor. This song was written for the Summy Pritchard Company for the Francis Clark Library of Piano Students. And this is a song I use to introduce my students into basic improvisation, blues, and of course boogie and that sort of thing. So here we go with this intro song. Now it begins on a low C and G. That interval is an open fifth. And then it also uses the E flat and E natural. So the basic pattern is this. Okay, then it jumps to the same pattern, but on an F open fifth, which is F and C, using the A flat and A. Okay, then it jumps back to the C, and then it moves to a G open fifth, which is G and D with a B flat and a B. Back to the F, and back to the C. Okay, so the pattern then and now up to the F, and back to the C. And then the G, it does a partial, and F partial, and then the C again. And then for the end, it hits that same open fifth but an octave down. Okay? As far as the right hand is concerned, it does a very simple little pattern starting on your E flat, and it uses E flat, D, and C. Okay, that's it. And it does that in between each iteration of the left hand pattern. Then at the very end, when it goes from the G to the F, it combines the E flat and the D. Okay, and then hits the C after that. And then drops it down an octave. And then we have that. So, the whole song goes like this. Okay, very simple. Now, the basic progression used in this song is what's called the 1-4-5 progression. If you've seen any of my guitar tutorials on blues, you'll see that I've brought up this progression in those videos. It basically means whatever your starting key is, in this case it's C, that's considered your 1 chord, also known as the tonic, okay? Now, you count up from your 1 chord, and we get C, D, E, and F. F now would be the 4 chord. Okay? And then if we count up to 5, C, D, E, F, G, G is going to be our 5 chord. Okay? And that's a very, very common progression in all forms of music, but particularly in blues and boogie. I mean, it's the foundation for those styles of music, the 1-4-5. Okay, so that's why we got this C, 1 chord, and then F, our 4 chord. Back to C, the 1. G5, F4, back to 1. Now, this pattern, this chord progression, I mean, is used in many different guises. If it's a more basic sort of actual bluesy approach, a shuffle is used in this effect. Still C, the 1 chord, F, back to C, G5, F4, C1. And it's the same progression. We're just, instead of doing this kind of boogie thing, we're doing again, starting with our open 5th and alternating between the 5th and the 6th, or C and G to C and A. Okay, very common blues pattern. And you can use the exact same right hand part. Okay, so I want you to practice that, get used to that pattern, get used to that progression, get used to those notes in the right hand, and in the next video we're going to learn to expand on what the right hand can do. We're going to learn the blues scale from which you can draw notes and create your own right hand part. All right, well, have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.